If your children's school was a death trap, you wouldn't stand for it, not for a minute. But that's what many New Mexico kids do face. The condition of their schools is a dangerous disgrace that Larry Barker has been working 2 years to expose. Tonight, he lets it all out.
Thousands of New Mexico school children are in danger.
We're talking little kids.
Yeah, little kids, yeah.
So if there's a fire in the hallway, they wouldn't be able to get out?
No, I don't think so.
School buildings falling apart.
How long have you been trying to address the cracked walls here in the gym?
It's been about 10, 12 years.
Safety violations ignored.
None of these doors are compliant with the fire code.
Currently, no, not now.
And requirements for the disabled disregarded.
Any of these stalls in the girls' restroom, are any of these ADA compliant?
No.
The Bureau of Indian Affairs is responsible for educating Native American children living on reservation land. Thousands of Indian kids go to school at government facilities. Most dot the rugged backcountry of the Navajo Reservation. A 2-year News 13 investigation finds the Bureau of Indian Affairs has failed to correct hundreds of critical life safety code violations at remote reservation schools across New Mexico. Rather than repair violations, documents show the federal agency simply looked the other way. How do we know? Well, it's all hidden away in these internal BIA documents obtained by News 13. For 26 years, Charles Janes ran the BIA's safety office. He is now retired.
In many cases, especially in remote locations, there are Indian children at risk due to code deficiencies in the schools.
Senator Tom Udall serves on the Indian Affairs Committee.
If people knew these situations, they'd say this is a national emergency, this is a national disgrace.
If you want to see the problem firsthand, then come to Alamo. 249 Navajo children, K through 12, go to school at this isolated reservation outpost north of Magdalena. While the Alamo School Board is charged with educating the kids, the BIA is responsible for footing the bill and keeping kids safe. But at Alamo, safety is something they can only dream about. For example, the fire alarm hasn't worked properly in years.
This system is pretty well outdated. We can't find parts for it. So this whole system needs to be upgraded.
How long have you been trying to get the system repaired or upgraded?
8 years.
8 years? Mm-hmm. You've been asking the BIA to fix your fire alarm system?
Any fire alarm system in a school should be a top-level priority, whether it's BIA or any other school.
Something like this is so expensive, we can't afford to do it.
And the BIA won't give you the money to fix it?
Correct.
And in the gym, safety inspectors question the structural integrity of load-bearing walls.
The safety inspector comes out, inspects it, writes it up. They do the deficiency report, put it on the backlog. See you next year, come out, write it up again, same cycle.
The BIA directed Alamo to hire a structural engineer to evaluate the gym walls. However, the feds have not provided money to pay for the evaluation. Today, no one knows if the gym is safe. Not Alamo and not the BIA. You could say Borrego Pass is in the middle of nowhere. 180 kids attend this isolated K-8 government school on the Navajo Reservation near Crown Point.
Respect is not a gift. You have to earn it.
For these young Navajo children, the emphasis is on the basics, reading and math skills, and they take safety very seriously. At monthly fire drills, the school is evacuated in just minutes. And that's important because the school is so remote. If there's a disaster here, the kids are on their own.
Who's going to come and help those kids out?
Well, the fact is nobody's going to come for a long time to help those kids out. It's just too far away for a fire department or another emergency response unit to get there in time.
And that's why fire alarms are so important, like the one in this classroom.
It's been in trouble on and off for like a year now.
All over campus, fire alarms are on the fritz. In fact, Borrego Pass has been repeatedly cited by safety inspectors for malfunctioning fire alarms. Every year, the school asks the BIA for money to install a new system, and every year, the request is ignored.
We have a need and we're going to keep asking for that need until it's met.
And it's not just Borrego Pass.
Off and on, every day something will come up. Keeps.
Every day you got a
Yep.
problem with your fire
Yeah.
alarm system.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Lukachukai Boarding School, tucked away among towering cliffs of the Chusca Mountains southwest of Shiprock. The Navajo children who go to school here are forced to endure a laundry list of safety hazards and health violations. Stanley Cadelty is Lukachukai's principal.
No money. That's our biggest problem, is no money.
The problems are everywhere. The bathrooms,
None of these are handicap accessible.
None. None is handicap accessible.
leaky roofs,
Pretty bad leak. How long has that been leaking?
How long has that been leaking? Last year, since last year.
the cafeteria,
We've been told that we need to have a bathroom built for the kids on this side, but we don't have the money to do it.
the kitchen,
Every year we've been cited that we don't have a sneeze guard here. And again, we don't have the money to put one in. So,
the classrooms.
This classroom's about 80 years old.
Yeah, I would say.
Does it comply with the fire code?
No.
The list goes on and on. Stanley Cadelty feels the BIA just doesn't hear their pleas from the reservation. After all, Washington is a long way from Lukachukai.
Sometimes, do you think that the people in Washington don't even know you're here?
I don't think they even know we exist. I don't think they even know there's such a place as Lukachukai Community School.
From Alamo to Borrego Pass, Pine Hill, Toadlena, it's the same sad story all over the reservation.
Has the BIA lived up to its responsibilities when it comes to health and safety for Indian school children?
Obviously not. These deficiencies have been allowed to exist for periods of 10, 12, 15 years, uncorrected.
Does that scare the hell out of you?
Absolutely.
Larry Barker, KRQE News 13.
One BIA official admits the agency has a, quote, dismal safety record. Well, how high up does this scandal go? Larry's investigation continues tomorrow at 10.